Hello, Malaysians. It is now 7 p.m. Perth time on the 11th of June. Today, I am going to speak on a subject which is closest to my heart. I have always said that Malaysian judges do not know the law. And here, today, I will recount a case which is exactly in point. I was sued by Messrs. Lim and Ho of Bukit Nanas main building, Kuala Lumpur, for defamation. And I wanted to trash out certain issues with Lim and Ho in open court. And that's one reason why I informed Messrs. Lim and Ho that in suing me as a firm, they will not succeed because Messrs. Lim and Ho is not a legal person. It's only a firm name. And that if they want to succeed, they ought to sue me in their own right as plaintiff. But they didn't. They went ahead with it. And sure enough, when this case came up for hearing before Judge Zabaria, the first observation that Judge Zabaria made was that Mr. Ho, this statement that you have complained about does not refer to you. It refers to somebody else. And that somebody else is Judge Zainun binti Muhammad Ali, also of the Court of Appeal bench, and also another Court of Appeal judge who doesn't know the law. I've been trying very hard to get Judge Zainun to sue me, but she didn't have the guts to do it. So I have been disparaging her disrespectfully on Malaysia Today, People's Portal. I've written so many letters, but still, Judge Zainun binti Muhammad Ali will not take me on in a suit for defamation. Be that as it may, when Judge Zabaria awarded me judgment and cost of 25,000 ringgit, Messrs. Lim and Ho applied to appeal this case, and they went to the Court of Appeal. I was represented by a very competent lawyer, Mr. Bernard Francis, very good man. Anyway, there was only one issue. There was only one issue that could have dismissed the appeal at all. And that issue is that there is no plaintiff. Messrs. Lim and Ho cannot be a plaintiff because it's not a legal person. It has no persona. But the Court of Appeal went ahead and awarded judgment in favor of Lim and Ho and damages in the sum of $500,000, $500,000 ringgit against me, with costs totaling 250,000 ringgit, and some other, I don't know what, could have been, I didn't bother very much after that. It could have come to about nearly $1 million ringgit, but that is beside the point. It's only an expression of foolishness on the part of the judges, because the judges of the Court of Appeal failed to take into account the fact that I live in Perth out of the jurisdiction. And therefore, if you want to enforce a judgment that is out of jurisdiction, you'll have to register the Malaysian decision, court decision in the High Court in Perth. In that case, then the issues that went to trial will be tested whether or not they comply with the provisions of the law in Perth. Now, as I said, the Court of Appeal awarded damages and costs to Lim and Ho. So there are two sins committed by these three penghulu judges of the Court of Appeal. Their understanding of the law is really at the penghulu level. That's the lowest level of all the courts, because they don't even know that a partnership is not a legal person and cannot be a litigant. I mean, that is the most basic thing. You just can't do that. Even if you're Court of Appeal, so what? Huh? You awarded this judgment to Messrs. Lim and Ho. But if this judgment was to be executed in Kuala Lumpur, then in that case, you know, with all the funny things, the crazy things that go on in the courts in Malaysia, you know, they don't care. What is law, what is not law, doesn't matter. So far as they order it, that's it. Regardless whether or not it complies with the law, whether or not it's legal, is viable, don't worry about it. It doesn't come up for consideration. But these three penghulu judges of the Court of Appeal fail to take into consideration that their judgment will have to be tested in the court in Perth, and they won't get away with it because our judges here are very meticulous. They are men of great learning and men of very strong character. Absolutely no way you can get around them. So the question now is, what is the use? What is the use of the judgment? It's not even a judgment because there's no plaintiff. And you award to an appellant that does not exist as a person. You say, is that ridiculous? Court of Appeal judges, the most senior judges of the land, do not know what is meant by a legal person, what is meant by a litigant. Who can litigate? Can a dog litigate? Can a cat litigate? Can a gravestone litigate? No, only a human being and a legal person. A legal person is a company incorporated under the Companies Act. That in every respect, such a company is a legal person. In every respect. Because all the actions of this registered company are expressed in company resolutions. That's what it means. So it's a total nonsense. They've got a judgment which is a total insult to the standing of the judges of the Court of Appeal in Malaysia. It's a laughing matter. They bring this judgment to Perth, I mean, all the judges will laugh them out of the court. So, anyway, I'll speak again on this. on the second issue. The second issue is that these three judges did not have the power and are not placed in a position to award damages to Lim and Ho and cost to Lim and Ho. You see, they don't understand. See, this issue rests on the issue of relevance. Relevancy. I'll speak to that again because I don't want to be caught speaking over 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.